That's my line, now they're biting. Yeah, rocky coasts and lighthouses. What she knows now, I doubt it. Talk to me nice. I think your confusion starts with street lights.
Hi guys, this is Braylon. Some of you may know me as Pisces Priestess, but I'm sitting down here today to record some very special messages. I definitely had a plan to upload my Saturn videos today, but there were a few messages that Spirit thought they were more important than that. So I've been called to my computer today to speak and channel certain messages about specific topics. So I literally woke up, brushed my hair back. I mean, literally just brushed it down with some water. I was going to shower and everything before. Didn't have the time. These messages were so important that I felt that it was better to hurry up and do this, but not rush it, of course, but just to get to my computer and do this and push through. I don't worry about what you look like, just go. So I my spirit guides, they're very much contacting me it's through experiences that I had today. Certain experiences and conversations with people are inspiring me to record these messages. Now, this could be the new moon in Aries. This message has a lot to do with the new moon in Aries. So this video is for all 12 signs. It's for anybody who feels led to watch. But I feel that there's a significance to Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. Now, the reason why those signs should really watch this is because you guys are a part of the first half of the zodiac wheel. This wheel back here that you see, there are 12 signs, and there's 12, so that half of 12 is 6, right? So Aries and Virgo. Aries is the first sign. We're in Aries season. We're about to head into the second house of the universe, Taurus. But we just had a new moon in Aries a couple days ago. That new moon was an initiator. Now we had the Libra full moon on March 31st. That also was a game changer, okay? Saturn retrograde, game changer. Chiron in Aries, game changer, okay? So I want to talk about the light and the dark today. I have a few things to get across about the light and the dark, all right? So when we talk about the light and the dark, we can talk about the sun, we talk about the moon. The sun and the moon are two celestial bodies that represent the masculine, the sun, light, the feminine, the moon, feminine, dark, energy. Okay, and now for those of you who think dark is negative and light is good, please just click off my video because I don't have time. No, okay, you need to ascend and figure out what the light and dark really mean. So for those of you who are on board and know that the light is not good and the dark is not bad, keep on watching. Because some of you, I'm sorry, but the others of you might just get lost, okay? And I don't have time. So a lot of astrologers consider Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, and Virgo the light half of the zodiac because it's like the human half of the zodiac wheel. When you get to Libra, you get to the angels. Virgo's an angel, Libra's an angel, Sagittarius, half God, half human, Capricorn, God, goddess, okay, the devil card in tarot, Archangel Michael, Sagittarius, okay, Aquarius, complete alien, complete alien. And then Pisces is all of them combined. So that's some sort of Pisces is just there to complete the zodiac, and all energies can be found in the 12th house because it's the house of releasing. And when you release everything that you are. So Pisces is just a little bit of everything. We are a jack of all trades, trump card. But, I knew that Chiron entering Aries, I knew the new moon, I knew the Pisces new moon, and I knew the Libra full moon had it was going to change our universe, okay? This cycle that we go through there, the planets, the orbit of the planets, the direction that the planets are going in, these squares and trines and oppositions, these full moons, these new moons, we feel these things on Earth, okay? We feel these things. We are not just human. We are mind, body, and spirit, soul. So we feel these things. There is a higher version of yourself that I hope most of you have tapped into in Aries season, okay? Because Aries season it helps you determine who you are. It helps you determine the I am. It helps you determine yourself. And there's also a reason for that. There's a reason why Aries season comes after Pisces season, and why Aries is the first sign, you know. Because first we have to establish who we are, and usually that comes after releasing a bunch of shit, you know. So the new moon in Pisces, I guess let me just try to channel this, okay? So first, let's think about the moon and how the moon is full once a month and new once a month. So the full moon, you guys know what that is. When you go outside and you see that the moon is full, it's filled with light, okay? The moon takes the sun from the light from the sun, and it reflects it. Now, it's interesting because the sun is always in one zodiac sign, right? Right now, we have the sun at some of the last degrees of Aries. So when the full moon in Libra happened last month on the 31st, it used some of the sun and Aries energy, which Aries and Libra are opposite signs. So when we move into Taurus season, Scorpio and Taurus are opposite signs. So the sun in Taurus at the end of this month is going to shine some of its light on the full moon in Scorpio. Some of you might not know this, but all the full moons go in order. If you know Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sag, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. If you know now I didn't know that starting this. I've been studying this for a long time. I've been doing so many videos and I do these 12 videos. I record videos every month. So after doing it for so long, I just started to learn the order of the zodiac, and now it's engraved in my soul forever. Like now I very much know that Virgo is the 6th house, Libra is the 7th house, Scorpio is the 8th house, Sagittarius is the 9th house. Like I know the houses of the universe pretty well because every month I go around them and explain these different energies. So practice makes perfect, you guys. So it's okay if you don't know but you should because especially if you're someone who's interested in the moon cycle and what full moon is next. Well, I know if there is a Libra full moon, then the next full moon is going to be in Scorpio. Then the moon after that is going to be in Sagittarius. The next full moon after that is going to be in Capricorn. The next full moon after that is going to be in Aquarius. And then the next full moon after that is going to be in Pisces. So whatever zodiac sign we're in, the full moon is going to be in the opposite sign of that. So there's never going to be a full moon in Aries season. No. If it's Aries season, it's always going to be a Libra full moon. If it's Taurus season, it's always going to be a Scorpio. So it's interesting to know the opposites of these signs and to know what full moon it is. So here's the importance, guys. These moons travel. Every month the moon travels around the zodiac wheel. Every month the sun, every 30 days or so, the sun shifts zodiac signs. So in a couple days, the sun is going to move from Aries, the 1st house, to Taurus, the 2nd house, making the moon in full in Libra, moving to the full moon in Scorpio. So what I've noticed and what I've been thinking about lately is how significant that really is. So the new moon in Pisces symbolized, so the last new moon that we had. So whenever there's a zodiac sign, they don't have a full moon, but you do get a new moon. So the new moon is when there's no light in the moon. That is a time where back in the day when a lot of farmers, when they would go out at nighttime, they didn't have the very bright full moon to light their way. They had to go inward. You got to start getting synthetic light and shit like that. Full moon that's why full moons bring beginnings and endings. They bring completions. This is the full moon is basically a symbol for that cycle being over. Now, there are a lot of cycles we need to consider about these moons. The moon rules our soul. It rules our emotion. It rules what we feel. The mask that we all have a moon sign. Okay, the moon is Cancer's ruling planet. So the moon is, not only does it control our dreams, I've also been taking note of that. When I have certain dreams, my dreams will correlate between the moon. So last night, for instance, there was a significant Gemini in my dream. And I woke up and the moon had shifted into Gemini. So I've been kind of taking, because the moon controls our subconscious energy. It's what lies beneath. So I'm going to talk a little bit today about some important things about these cycles, okay? And I'm going to break down a little bit about what I think has really been going on. So when the new moon reached Pisces, that was an ending to a cycle of new moons, because that means that the moon now the moon started over. Now that there's a new moon in Aries that we just had on the 15th, that was the seed, that was the beginning the initiation of a completely new, so now the new moon, which is darkness. Okay, now remember, if you think darkness is bad or evil, please just go watch The Magic School Bus or something, because come on. So, you know, light and dark are both very important, you guys. Without the darkness, we would have no light. Without the light, we would have no darkness. Light casts a shadow, darkness. Darkness, you know, there is no darkness without the light. If there was not darkness, we would not have a moon. We would not have a star system. We would not have dark matter, which is very important to our universe. Dark voids and cosmic voids. Areas that that are blind to us. We're not meant to, that's the only difference between light and dark, guys. Light is what you're aware of. Dark is what you have to dig a little bit deeper to see. So dark and light essentially mean the seen and the unseen. I don't know about you, but I'm not afraid of what I can't see. I can't see it. So I'm not even, you know, there's an important perception that's going on here, you know, but you have to be careful because our government and things like that, they have used these energies to their advantage. Like, let's make the people aware of this. Let's not make the people aware of this. So it's important for you to enlighten your own self. Be the controller and the conductor of your own light and dark, because then you can control what you are aware of and what you aren't aware of. It's very dangerous to not be aware of our darkness. Now, darkness is hidden by nature. Darkness works in the shadows. It's just more comfortable there. These are vibrations. Some things are meant to be seen, and the things that are meant to be seen are light. You know, the fire signs: Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. The dark signs: Earth and water, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Those signs in the dark are meant, they're a little bit more mysterious. You know, they're more mysterious parts of our zodiac wheel. Everything has a purpose, guys. So every time there's a new moon, there is a period of darkness that happens. Now, I'm going to tell you why, though. Not because evil or because of this and that and the other. Because there is a time and a place to remain hidden. Now, can you think of a time where something was hidden about you and it was good? Now, I'm going to be silly here, but if you had a wedgie, or if you just shit your pants or something like that, and I'm seeing you in a very public area, you know, there are times when things that are hidden are like, it saved your ass. Like, wow, I'm so happy nobody knew that. I'm so happy nobody knew that. Now, what if everybody knew everything that there is to know? Knowledge is a very, very expensive thing. Knowledge is very, very rare and important. We're in control of our own knowledge. Some of us have very scarce knowledge. Like, some of us don't know very many, but it's up to us to educate ourselves on these energies. I'm talking about shit that I didn't read in a book. I'm channeling this. Like, I didn't read this. I found out from my own energy. I took initiative to further educate myself on these things, and now I'm sharing it with you so that hopefully you can learn something too. So the new moon is a very, very symbolic symbol representation of the dark, because the moon is a dark, the moon does control darkness. The sun controls light and awareness. So the full moon is a symbol of the dark becoming light, okay? The new moon is a symbol of light becoming dark, because the sun, even though it's shining its light on the new moon, there's no light. So, hold on, guys. Let's be right back. Stop barking. Now, I knew my dog would bark. I knew he would bark during this video. I really did, because this is some hot shit right here. So, the new moon is a symbol of... Stop, Ty. Ty. The new moon is light becoming dark, because the sun is shining. You want to get up here and say hi? Come here. Come on. You want to get up here with me? The light... Come on, show everybody your chihuahua self. Get up here. Come on. He's being weird. My dog is an Aquarius, so he is an empath. Like, he knows certain people, but he's barking at some noise right now. But, you know, I be knowing certain energy, certain interference and stuff. It tries to interfere in my messages, but it's all good. So okay, new moon, dark, full moon, light. Okay, there's a time and a place for things to be filled with light. There's a time and a place for things to be completely dark in the sky, and it's a test. You know, if you had a flashlight in a dark cave, then you're not really using your intuition to you're not really following your intuition out of the darkness. You're allowing the light is assisting you. So the full moon is essentially a time for light to assist us, and it's going to assist us on new beginnings and endings, right? Now the new moon is a time for us to go inward, and the light is like, okay guys, have fun, like, I don't know, I'll be back in a couple of weeks. But we have these new moons every month, and it just so happens that every new moon happens when in the same sign that because the new moon is when the moon and the sun are conjunct, right? And I have a little diagram somewhere down here that shows this, but the new moon is when the moon is completely filled with darkness, like there is no light in the new moon, okay? So, it's just a little interesting there to think about what that means symbolically. Ty, stop barking. I'm not kidding with you, dude. So, I think it's very symbolic that the new moon has now entered the light half of the zodiac wheel. Okay, guys? When the new moon in Aries is always a symbolic time. Well, it's literally a fresh start. Okay, the new moon in Aries, because Aries is the first sign. So this means that the new moon has traveled around the zodiac wheel completely. Now, that means that the full moon of light, right? Full moon light, new moon dark. The full moon has entered Libra. So Virgo, the reason why Virgo and Pisces are so symbolic is because when there's a full moon in Virgo and the sun is in Pisces, that means that the sun has entered the dark half of the zodiac wheel, about to enter Aries, and there's a full moon in Virgo. The full moon in Virgo is so significant, I feel, because after the full moon in Virgo, the moon is now going to be full in Libra, and then it's going to be full in Scorpio, and then it's going to be full in Sagittarius. This is the darker half of the zodiac wheel, guys. This is the second half of the zodiac wheel. Another thing to point out here is that Libra is the shadow of Aries. Taurus is the shadow of Scorpio, okay? Gemini is the shadow of Sagittarius. I'm sorry, I'm saying this backwards, okay? Sagittarius is the shadow of Gemini. Libra is the shadow of Aries, okay? Pisces is the shadow of Virgo. Aquarius is the shadow of Leo. Those first signs, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo. You guys symbolize the first half of the zodiac wheel. And you guys have, I am a firm believer that there is only truly 6 zodiac signs, because Aries and Libra make one zodiac sign. Think about how perfect that energy. Now, the universe separated them and made it into 12 houses, but think about any Aries and Libra together. They make the best, think of them, think of an Aries and a Libra, and then mix them together. So what's an example of that? Mariah Carey and Eminem. Okay, like put both of them together though, rapping and singing. Now we can do this again. Taurus and Scorpio. So Taurus and Scorpio. Adele is a Taurus and Drake is a Scorpio. So you see how it just feels good? I do this sometimes. I'm like, wow, that's a Scorpio and a Taurus. Those two together, that were opposites, right? So Pisces and Virgo, Rihanna, Beyonce. Sagittarius and Gemini, Kanye West and Jay-Z. It just feels good to think of those people together. That is to prove that when you put opposite signs together, there's a harmonious energy that takes place. It's when the light and the dark join together, when masculine and feminine, or just yin and the yang, okay? Opposite, that's exactly what this is yin and yang, guys. Like, which is the most peaceful thing. I've always been a fan of the yin and yang symbol. So back to this moon talk, okay? So really, this is for the first half of the zodiac wheel. You guys, the dark is in the light, and the light is in the dark now. Especially because, now, another example of this is when the sun enters Libra. When the sun enters Libra, the full moon is in Aries. When the sun enters Scorpio, the full moon is going to be in Taurus. So it's interesting to see what these moons can reveal, because this is all happening with our subconscious souls. Okay, the moon controls our subconscious soul. So the light in the dark in our soul, because we do have dark and light. Some people have light souls. You know, if you have your moon or whatever in a fire or an air sign, you have a light soul. But, you know, some of us have light souls to do the work of the dark. And then some of us are like masters of the light and dark, or like basically like double agents is what the peace dealer calls it. But I think it's very significant, and I've seen a lot of Tauruses and Aries and Geminis. The first half of the zodiac wheel, you guys are really hidden right now because the new moon is now starting its transit through you. So there's going to be now the new moon follows the sun. So wherever the sun goes, the moon is going to follow you. And during that moment when the moon and the sun are both conjunct, you're going to have a new moon. This happens once a month, okay? So we have already went through the Aries new moon. So our subconscious has went through the Aries energy. So we subconsciously know who we are now. And you know, we figured it out because there was no light to show us. We had to figure it out ourselves, right? So Aries individuals are going through darkness right now, and now you have to be careful of what you think about that, because I used to think it was bad too, and we think this way, guys, because of all the scary movies that we see. All that's for money. All of that is to sell, and it's for corporations, just like the holidays. You know, light and dark have been lied about. The light is the real dark, and the dark is the real light. Okay, because dark is what really wants to be shown awareness, and light really wants to be hidden. You know, it's like the light is like, I didn't choose this. I don't want to be seen all the time. I'm not, light gets we project these labels for light and dark. Light is like angels and, you know, bliss and happiness. No. Darkness can be those things too. There are angels of darkness. There are angels of secrets, angels of time and space and karma. So light and dark, we just really, it's up to you guys to determine what is light about you and what is dark. And to do that, you just think about the things that you're really good at, the things that you have working for you, your talents, gifts, and abilities. That's your light energy, right? And your dark energy is what's hidden about you, what most people don't know about you. The secret part of you, the things that are hidden in your soul. You know, this could be from past lives. Your dark is just areas that, you know, you need to show a little bit of more love with. And, you know, it's the areas of you that have been hidden for lifetimes, and it's up to you. Or sometimes you meet someone else and they show you light in a way, and you're just like, wow, that has been moved. Now I don't feel dark in that area. You know, we see this happen in movies all the time. Some of the best stories involve light and dark. We have the protagonist, we have the antagonist. Now, this is what I don't like, because in every story, the dark is someone who's evil and who wants this, that, and the other. Someone who's, you know, but then we have those stories that actually show the dark in a different way. You know, and when you want to think of those movies, think of movies, because I was talking about this last night. In every movie you watch, there is something negative and dark that happens, but out of that negative and darkness, light comes. So if this negative thing wouldn't have happened in this story, they never would have met and fell in love, or they never would have moved here and started this job and had this family. So the separation between light and dark is one of the greatest illusions of all time. There is really no difference between the light and the dark except for awareness and hidden, the seen and the unseen, okay? And basically, darkness is the absence of light, light is the absence of darkness, and sometimes these things have to go absent. So the moon shows us this, guys. So Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, the new moon, I ain't got no new moon. Pisces, Capricorn, Aquarius, we've already went through our new moons. Now the moon has shifted into Aries, darkness. Taurus, you're going to have a time. So this is, Taurus, you're up next. And then, I mean, I might try to do a video about this. I do a video about this every month. So maybe I'll start talking a little bit more spiritually about this stuff, about how Aries is going through a cycle of darkness right now, especially because Chiron just entered Aries. So that's, anytime anything goes from the last house of our universe, 12th house Pisces, to the first house of our universe, Aries, that is an ending and a new beginning. That is the cusp of rebirth. Aries, if you're born on the Pisces Aries cusp of rebirth, like around the 17th to the 25th, there's a reason why that every cusp has a name, okay? Cusp of rebirth, cusp of power, cusp of magic, cusp of oscillation. So this is for the people who are born, these energies mean something together. So Aries and Pisces, they represent endings and beginnings, which is a transformation, rebirth. So essentially, anytime anything moves from that, it's been reborn. So Chiron, which is a symbol for our pain, a symbol for our wounds, a symbol for healing, that it has traveled around the zodiac wheel completely until it was in Pisces, and then it went into Aries. So that means anytime anything enters Aries, it means it's traveled around all 12 signs. And when something travels through your sign, for instance, if you're watching this around the 18th and the 19th, the moon is traveling through Gemini. And then in a couple days, it'll move into Cancer at the end of the week. And then a couple days from that, it takes about 2 days, the moon, it travels. I'm not sure if some of you know this. I didn't always know this. I didn't always know that the moon, like these planets actually travel around this zodiac wheel. And it's very significant when these planets go retrograde and when these planets are new moons and full moons. So this is my message, guys. Just know that if you're going through some darkness, you know, it's because the new moon is in your sign. When the new moon enters Aries, that is the start of the first half of the zodiac wheel going through darkness. Now, don't get scared, guys. This doesn't mean, you know, the darkness means a lot of things. What it basically means is that you should feel lucky. You should feel lucky because this means that you are going to be hidden. This means that you are going to be able to do things behind the scenes. This means that you're going to be able to reflect on your emotion, follow your own inner light. But it is a little bit different because you guys represent the light, you know. Mine is Cancer and Virgo and Taurus. So really it's Aries, Gemini, Leo, and that's it for the light signs. So Aries, Gemini, and Leo, and then Taurus, Cancer, and Virgo. So Taurus, Cancer, Virgo, you guys work more with the darkness because you're earth and water. But at the same time, the first half of the zodiac wheel is the light half, and then the second half is the dark half. Whether you're an earth sign, air sign, fire, it don't matter. Like I said, Libra is the shadow of Aries. Scorpio is the shadow of Taurus. Sagittarius is the shadow of Gemini. So that makes the first 6 signs symbolic for light. Okay? That's just the way that it is. That's why Aries is spring, you know, and then summer is like Gemini, Leo, until we get, and then it's interesting, when we get to the winter and the fall, when the sun gets weaker, we get into Libra and Scorpio. So even the seasons, you guys, can reveal some of this truth to us. So I just wanted to kind of explain that, you know, to let you guys know. And then, okay, second half of the zodiac, I've talked a lot about the first half. So Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, you guys are the dark half of the zodiac wheel, the mysterious half of the zodiac wheel, the shadows. You are the shadows of the zodiac wheel. You represent the ending to a cycle. And the full moon is now in your guys' sign. So we have a full moon in Scorpio. You're up next. Libra, you've already been through this awareness. So when the full moon is in your sign, so Libra, you just went through a lot of completions and new beginnings subconsciously. The light was completely, so this means that anything that is done in the dark, so this is what I was telling Scorpio, is that when the full moon is in your sign, anything dark or hidden or under the surface, there's going to be a light there. Like full moons are interesting. The reason why things end incomplete is because a lot of shit happens and the light makes it aware, like it exposes it. So, you know, as far as Scorpio energy, you better get ready for the 29th of this month because the moon is going to be filled with the light from Taurus. The light from the sun in Taurus is going to go over to the moon in Scorpio and it reflect it entirely. You know, and basically when there's a new moon, the moon has chosen not to reflect any of the sun's light because it's in front of the sun. The moon and the sun are conjunct. So light half of the zodiac wheel, Aries through Virgo, this is your time to, you know, it's because the sun is getting closer to you guys. Aries, the sun was in your sign. You don't need a full moon. You know, you're working more with awareness right now. That's all it is you're working with awareness. So Taurus, get ready to become aware of a lot of things. Gemini, get ready to become aware of a lot of things. And it's because of that awareness that the moon follows you. You know, it allows you to keep that awareness a secret with the new moon. Hopefully that's making sense to you guys. But this is just something I wanted to, say today. Second half of the zodiac wheel, you're about to go through full moons. After Scorpio, Sagittarius, the full moon's going to be in your sign. And then after the Sagittarius full moon, we're going to have a full moon in Capricorn. And then we're going to have, now Capricorn, you're going to have that full moon probably around July. And then, Capricorn, Aquarius, your full moon is going to be in Leo season. And then Pisces, your full moon is always in Virgo season. So, the sun and the moon, they work together. Light and dark are best friends. The light and the dark laugh at us for thinking that they're against each other. They're like, are you kidding me? This is my best fucking friend. Like, without him, I wouldn't be this. So you want to really, really reevaluate what you think about the light and the dark, especially if you're a part of those first 6 zodiac signs. And if you are going through a dark period of time, then you want to ask yourself where these moons are happening for you. Because the moon and the sun control the light and the dark. They control the masculine and the feminine. So I just thought it was interesting that, the new moon in Aries is symbolic for the dark entering the light half of the zodiac wheel. So this is the time period where light and dark switch sides. The light becomes the dark and the dark becomes the light. And you know what starts this whole thing off is the full moon in Libra. When the sun enters Aries, the sun is exalted in Aries. There's a reason why the sun is so comfortable in Aries, because a lot happens with our awareness. When the sun enters Aries, it marks a new year for us astrologers, and it also represents the sun traveling around, making a full completion around the whole entire zodiac wheel. So every full moon represents that too. So I believe the sun entering Aries in the full moon in Pisces, which is represented by the Virgo season. So Aries through Virgo season is really important, because Aries season marks the full moon in Libra, which is the full moon entering the second half of our zodiac wheel. That when we're in Aries season, there's not going to be a full moon in Virgo. There's not going to be, Virgo is the last full moon of the first half of the zodiac wheel. Just like the Pisces full moon is very significant, because that means the sun. So I'm going to sit down and record another video like this when there's a Pisces full moon, because the Pisces full moon is going to represent the sun being in Virgo, and then after that, the full moon in Pisces, there's going to be a full moon in Aries. So the new moon in Aries and the full moon in Aries is so, so, so important. Full moon in Virgo, the full moon and the new moon in Aries is really important. It marks a new beginning and ending with the light and the dark. The full moon and the new moon in Virgo is very important, because it marks a beginning of the light and the dark. Now you want to consider the opposites of those signs. So Virgo, Aries, Virgo, Libra, and Pisces, there's something weird with you guys. And you guys are at very special points of the zodiac wheel, considering the fact that there's 6 of us, and then a shadow of each 6. So when anything enters Libra and finishes in Virgo, whenever anything finishes in Pisces and ends and starts in Aries, if you think about it, right down here is Aries and Pisces, and right up there is Virgo and Libra. So, guys, you want to just follow your own intuition here, but this is like 12, this is 12 and 6, 1 and 7. So you can look at any clock and see that too. So I didn't want this video to be too long, guys, but I was just inspired to talk about this. There is definitely a new cycle of darkness happening, which is just a new cycle of secrets, a new cycle of hidden information, which ultimately gives the sun new work to do. Without darkness, the light has nothing to show awareness about. And without light, the dark has nothing to keep secrets about. And without the two, we would just have nothing. I'm not a Bible reader, but I know one of the first lines in the Bible is, in the beginning there was nothing, and then let there be light. Let there be light. And, let there be light is basically saying let there be dark as well. So let there be light and dark, you guys, in the areas of your life that need to be hidden, that need to be aware. And it's up to you to be your own alchemist. So that's what we're doing, guys, is we're constantly working with the seen and the unseen, the known and the unknown, the light and the dark, the masculine, the feminine. Our universe is based off of balance, so much so that all there needed to be in the beginning was love in the shadow of that, and light in the shadow of that, and it went on forever, for years and for millenniums, and light years and light years away. You know, it was enough. Just those few words were enough to start our whole universe, the Big Bang. Let there be light. And because of that, there's darkness as well. So I hope that you learned something from this video, you guys. I'm always thinking like this. If you want to contact me or conversate with me, there are ways to reach me on Instagram. I'd even be willing to give some of you my phone number. You know, we can have these conversations. I love connecting with people, other people who understand what the hell I mean. If you don't, then you don't. But, you know, this shit is out here, and I'm a messenger. I don't consider myself an angel, but I am damn sure a messenger of the universe. So these are my messages for today. Thank you so much for sticking with me. And shout out to all of you who have watched. If you were led to watch this video, then you were definitely led. There's a reason for that. So thank you guys, and I will talk to you soon.